Dear students, today I shall take up 0 Hour, a beautiful essay by Alexander Blade. Alexander Blade was a popular American science fiction and fantasy author. The Brain and the Plotters are some of his other stories. 0 hour means the time for some important action. Here in this lesson, you will find that Bobby's father was working in a science center, and there some scientists are going to the moon in a rocket, and the conversation was going on between some scientists, and that conversation was overheard by Bobby, and at last he decided to go to the moon. Let us start this essay. Father had already gone when Bobby woke up. Father had already gone when Bobby woke up. When Bobby woke up, his father had already gone to his office. This disappointed Bobby a little. Bobby was a little disappointed. He was very sad not to find his father at home. But then he remembered this was the big day. Then he remembered that this was the big day. Naturally, father would go to the project early. A project was going on, and his father was one of the scientists. And so, he was also working on that project. So, he went early to his office. And at 4 o'clock, Bobby shivered deliciously at the thought of it. Bobby shivered means Bobby trembled with a pleasant sense of excitement, expecting something to happen. He was quite at breakfast. When his mother gave him breakfast, he was not saying anything. He was very silent, and quietly he was taking his breakfast. Glad that mother was occupied. He was very happy that his mother was engaged in doing some household work, because he didn't want to talk. At that time, he did not want to talk to anyone. Not today, he didn't. Not today, he didn't mean certainly not today. Certainly not today means he didn't want to talk to anyone today. Might spill something secret. Might even let out the big secret. That would be terrible. Might spill something secret. He wanted to know the secret. Might even let out the big secret. That would be terrible. Of course, all things were secret at Buffalo Flats. Everything was a secret at Buffalo Flats. So secret that top scientists like his father John Kendall did not even discuss them with their families. What was going on in the office, that was not discussed by his father at home also, with his family members. Therefore, it was really something. Therefore, it was really something. It was really something means it was a rare experience. Therefore, it was really something means it was a rare experience to sit there eating breakfast, knowing that today father was going to fly to the moon. He thought that his father was working on a big project and some scientists will go to the moon in a rocket, This thought came in his mind, and he was also thinking to go to the moon with his father. Therefore, it was really something. It was a rare experience to sit there eating breakfast, knowing that today father was going to fly to the moon. And mother did not even know that the lunar project was in the works. She would naturally not even dream that he was going with his father. His mother would naturally not even dream that he was going with his father. The thrill was overpowering. The thrill was affecting him very strongly. The thrill was affecting him very strongly. The secret was too much to bear. And the secret was very difficult for him to bear, to tolerate. As Bobby got up from his chair after breakfast, mother looked up and said, after taking his breakfast, when he left his chair, his mother looked at him and said, "And what is your plan for today, young man? What did you plan today to do, young man?" Bobby had a quick thought, a sudden temptation. Why not give her a hint? Bobby had a quick thought. A quick thought came into his mind. A sudden temptation, a wish to do something which may not be wise. Temptation means a wish to do something which may not be wise. Why not give her a hint? He decided that he should give a hint to his mother. Bobby smiled and said, "I think I will go to the moon today." He told his mother that he will go to the moon today. Mom smiled too and went back to her reading. Mom smiled too and went back to her reading. "Well, see to it your fuel mixture is correct." She told him, "Go and see that in your rocket fuel mixture is correct or not. I will check it. And Mom, I might not be home for lunch. I might not be home for lunch. Where will you eat?" his mother asked. "Oh, I don't know," he answered. "Well, mind your manners and say thank you when you leave," said Mrs. Kendall, still smiling as she watched Bobby dash out into the yard. Bobby quickly left his house and went into the yard. "Well, mind your manners and say thank you when you leave," said Mrs. Kendall. Mrs. Kendall said that your behavior, mind your manners. Your manners are not good. Mind your manners. And when you leave, say thank you. Still smiling. She was still smiling as she advised him. As he watched Bobby dashed out into the yard, leaving quickly into the yards. She was smiling at that time. Out in the backyard, Bobby fused around his space rocket. A little tightening a screw here, hammering in a nail there, just until he could slip away without means depart without saying goodbye. Mother noticing where he was headed. He went near his toy rocket and he was tightening the screw and using the hammer, such kind of thing he was doing there. And his mother was watching all these things. Mother noticing where he was headed. It was not a bad rocket. It was not a bad rocket at that. he thought. 6 feet long with 2 seats and a neat instrumental panel. But child's stuff. Child's stuff means simple and suitable for children. Of course. After he had found the way in through the sewer, he had not paid any more attention to his own seat. Bobby's rocket was 6 feet long with 2 seats and an instrumental panel. That morning, Bobby did not spend time on it with real interest. He just fused around it until he could distract his mother and slip away unnoticed to the rocket drone. He went casually out through the back gate and turned left, kicking at pebbles as he sauntered along. As he walked in a slow and relaxed way to appear casual. He went casually out through the back gate. Casually he was going through the back gate and turned left. And after leaving the gate, he turned left, kicking at pebbles. He was kicking at pebbles as he walked in a slow and relaxed way to appear casual, trying to look as though he had no place to go. He was behaving in such a way as if he had no other way to go forward. Had to be careful. Didn't want to bump into any of his friends today either. Bump into means to meet someone unexpectedly. Okay. Didn't want to meet someone unexpectedly, any of his friends today either. The way in through the sewer was at a place behind laboratory. There was a kind of an alley, a narrow street between or behind buildings. There that nobody ever walked through, and then this round lid you could lift up and look under, and a ladder you could climb down. There was a ladder to climb there. Bobby walked through an alley. The meaning of this is Bobby walked through an alley that nobody ever walked through till he reached a round lid. He lifted this lid and climbed down the ladder into an underground area which he called the sewer, a place full of wires and faint little lights. Bobby had not dared go down at first. At first, he did not have courage to go there because a lot of wires were there. But after thinking about it overnight, his curiosity had prevailed. He successfully took hold of or won over his nervousness and reached there. He had gone back and ducked down into the lowered his head and body quickly, ducked down into the lower level. He called it a sewer. He kept his head down to enter the sewer because of sewers being underground. But this place was clean and had bunches of wires stuck in every direction and faint little lights you could see by. Then he found the big dome where they were building the rocket. Then he found the big dome. The sewer led him to the big dome where the rocket was being built. and beautiful. It was so sleek. Sleek means smooth. It was so sleek. It was so smooth and beautiful and shining that he just stared at it up through the grating in the floor, up through a metal frame, grating a metal frame which bars across it used to cover a hole or a window. That was for air circulation also. That was made for air circulation also. He did not know it was a moon rocket at first. In the beginning, he did not know that it was a moon rocket at first. Not until he had gone back several times to peek up at it. And then one day, two scientists came walking along close to where he stood hidden from view. One day, two scientists reached there. Close to where he stood. He reached there where he was hiding. One of them was father. One of them was his father. Bobby almost called out to him. Bobby almost called out to him, but he cut himself, but he held himself back abruptly and just listened to them talking and just listened to them what they were talking to each other. He learned the rocket was going to the moon. He learned that the rocket was going to the moon. And it was funny because even there they spoke in low voices and did not give too much away. He had known now for 3 days that at 4 o'clock the roof would open and the dome would be turned into a blast pit and the rocket would shoot out through space to the moon. He had known now for 3 days that at 4 o'clock, the roof would open. The roof would open and the dome would be turned into a pit blast. And the dome would be kept at a large hole in the ground where an explosion takes place. Blast pit, and the rocket would shoot out through space to the moon. And from there will be a counting down. There will be a 0 hour, and when 0 will come, then the rocket will go to the moon. The rocket will take place to the it will go to the moon. He had now known for 3 days that at 4 o'clock the roof would open, the roof will be removed, means something, the roof was closed with something that will be removed, and the rocket will move up to and it was kept on the blast pit, and the rocket would shoot out through space to the moon. That was all he did not know for sure. Neither of the men had said who was going on the first trip to the moon. The two persons who were talking about, and their conversation was overheard by Bobby. No one was clearing the thing who was going to the first trip to the moon. But Bobby knew father would go. But Bobby was confident that his father was a senior scientist there, so he would go there. He would go in that rocket. He would have to. After all, father was the second biggest scientist at Buffalo Flats, second only to Professor Selmer himself, who was very old and would not make the trip that left father. There probably was not anybody else smart enough to go on this mission. He thought that Professor Selmer will not go. So his father was left, and there probably was not anybody else smart enough to go on this important job that usually involves traveling somewhere. The idea of going himself had been born the previous day. The idea of going himself had been born previous day, when he found a large grating in the floor. A grating, a metal frame which bars across it, used to cover a whole arc of window near the rocket, and realized that if he was very careful, he could climb out of the sewer and duck into the rocket when nobody was looking. He thought that when nobody was looking, he ducked into the rocket, he kept himself down and entered into a small hole when nobody was there. Once inside, he was quite sure he would find a place to hide until blast off. Once he was entered into the rocket, he will find a place to hide himself. At first, thinking about it, he had been scared. In the beginning, he was afraid of how to do it. But after he realized how proud his parents would be, he made up his mind. At last, he made up his mind that his parents will be proud of him if he will do such kind of thing. Taking a deep breath, he took a deep breath. He opened the grating and got out. He was only 4 steps to open the port of the rocket. Port means the left side of the rocket or spacecraft. When facing the front, there was a little ramp. Ramp means an artificial slope was there. They had used to roll things. That slope was used to roll things in. And Bobby's feet touched it lightly as he jumped into the sea. He found himself in some kind of a storeroom. It would be a good place to hide, all right, and that was the good place. And there he hid himself. It was full of aluminium barrels, all the same size. He found a space between 2 rows and sat down. He created a place there between the barrel and sat himself down, got his breath back. And when he sat there, he relaxed himself. It was very quiet around. It was very quiet around him. Scary quiet, but he set his lips firmly. The action suggests he made up his mind to be determined and unafraid. He was going to the moon with father. He thought that his father will go to the moon on a mission, and so he will also accompany his father. He will also go. John Kendall was a little late that night. He greeted his wife and said, "Well, Myra, did you see the big sky rocket?" "How could I miss it, dear? Your supper is in the oven." John lay back in his easy chair and closed his eyes. John lay back in his easy chair and closed his eyes. One easy chair was there. John sat there and closed his eyes. We would hope to stay a little ceremony at the luncheon. We had hoped to stay a little ceremony at the launching, but Washington, the government of USA, Washington being the capital of the USA and the seat of government, it stands for the voice of the government, said no. Washington said no, simply light the fuse and fire the things. Is it still a big secret? No, not between you and me at least. We fired an explosion rocket at the moon. It will hit in about an hour and telescopes will show a big purple spot when our explosives go off and throw dye all over the place. When the rocket was going up, it was discharging dye, smoke, okay, threw dye all over the place. I see lots of fun, no doubt. But what is the purpose? 4th of July and the moon. 4th of the July and the moon. If the experiment is a success, the next rocket will carry men instead of a bomb. John Kendall says that in the first rocket, this is a testing. If this testing will be successful, then in the second rocket, men will go to the moon. Myra went to the kitchen to see about supper. John called, "Where is Bobby?" "In bed, I suppose." Myra Kendall answered that I suppose that he will be in his bedroom. John moved towards the bedroom. Maybe he was still awake. Bobby rolled over. His eyes popped open. "Dad, I thought you went too." Bobby said to his father Bobby thought that his father went to the moon in a rocket. John Kendall sat down on the edge of the bed and tousled his son's hair, made his son's hair, affectionately touching or rubbing his son's hair, sitting on the edge of the bed. "No, son, it is the old terra firma. It is the old terra firma for me. It is the old land for me. Did you see the rocket blast?" Oof, it was really something. I went to the moon, didn't it? If you didn't disturb me, I went to the moon. That's right, John smiled and thought. John Kendall smiled and thought, try to keep a secret from the children. It just can't be done. How is your moon rocket coming along, son? Pretty good. Gee, Dad, as long as you didn't go, I am glad I didn't go either. Both of us are here because if both of us will go to the moon, then my mother will be alone here. That's why I didn't go. I am very happy to see you here. You were planning to make the trip too. His father asked, you were also planning to make a trip to the moon. Oof, I got into the rocket and was all set, but I got to thinking about mom. I entered into the rocket, and when the rocket was about to take off, I thought about my mom, how one of us should stay and take care of her in case anything happened. I thought that one of us should stay here to take care of my mother if something happened to her. A smart thinking, son. Very good, smart. Very good thinking, very smart thinking. Now you get to sleep. I shall have a little time tomorrow. We will play some ball. That will be fun. John Kendall smiled as he left the bedroom. John Kendall was smiling while he was thinking about the imagination of his son. Children were wonderful, and that's why he said the thinking of children is very good. Children are really wonderful thing. Give them a few old boards and a steering wheel, and they could build a ship to fly to the moon. What a wonderful dream world they live in. Children are living in the world of imagination, and that's why their world is very beautiful. Too bad they had to grow out of it. To grow out of it means to develop or come out of it, to become too mature to think something. Thank you.